So this is another hard question from the same SQL series, the analyze organization hierarchy. Okay, so we have a single table, employees, and let's see what the question asks. So write a solution to analyze the organization hierarchy and answer the following. Okay, so we have some condition, so let's read this. So hierarchy level is like for each employee determine the level in the organization. CEO is level 1, employee reporting directly to the CEO or level 2 and so on. Okay, so like they have some hierarchy, like the top level is CEO, then the down is the manager and all level 2 who are reporting to the CEO and likewise. Okay, so and the team size for each employee who is manager, count the total number of employee under them directly or indirectly report. Okay, and the salary budget for each manager, calculate the total salary. They control sum of salaries of all employees under them, including indirect report plus their own salary. Okay, and return the result table order by the result order by level in ascending order, then by budget in descending order, then finally the employee name in ascending order. Okay, so many things. And let's see the test case. We have the employee table with the employee ID, employee name, and manager ID. We have null manager ID. So maybe this is for the level 1. So Alice is the CEO. Okay, and department is executive. Okay, with salary this, and our output is like employee ID, employee name with the label, the team size and the budget. Okay, so this is the explanation. So our target is like this is the hard level question, and in any question we are asking about hierarchy or the tree level question, so we have to use the recursive approach in SQL. Okay, so today you're going to see how a hierarchy level or the tree level question, how they're gonna solve in the SQL using recursive approach. Okay, so first we have to define our base level. Okay, so the base level is select the employee ID. The base level is where the manager ID is null. Okay, so firstly we have to define our CEO. Okay, this is the base level, then we will decide and see how to define the another level or the hierarchy level. Okay, so employee ID, employee name, and the manager ID, the salary, department, and comma 1 as label. From which table? From the employees table. So employees table where the condition is manager ID is null. Okay, so what our idea is, when the manager ID is null, okay, the label should be 1. See here, like the for the employee ID, employee name, manager ID, salary, department, and the label is 1. Okay, so this is our base condition. Now use the recursive approach. So with recursive CTE, not the CTE, like the employee level as select employee ID, employee name, manager ID, salary, department, and 1 as label. 1 as label is like it consider 1 as a value in the label column. If you use 2 here, it's so 2, 3, anything. Okay, so but we have defined the label for the CEO is 1, that is why we are using 1 as a label. Okay, so now we define our recursive temporary table, the employee level. Now we have to join union all, the another query or the desired label, so like for the each employee will get their label. Like here the only the employee name ls or the employee id 1 where the manager id is null getting their value, okay, getting the label value, but we have to define for all the employee. So select e dot employee id e dot employee name e dot manager id e dot salary e dot department and here like l dot level plus 1 from this table from the employees e join this employee level table as l on e dot employee id equal to l dot. Now you guys are certainly confused here, like how they use the table which is temporary table in under the same table and union all with the predefined table. So this is the game of the recursive approach. Okay, so we define our base level here. Now we want to join this base level table with the another table which run through the recursive approach till the base level. Okay, so like when the employee id matches with this employee id and it see that the manager id is not null, okay, then it increase the level plus 1 for each employee. Okay, so like for example, let me see you something. Okay, so see here what exactly the question asks from us. Okay, so for every employee find their label in hierarchy, find their team size, direct plus indirect employee, find their salary budget, their plus full team salary, and order by in this format. Okay, so how the first hierarchy is label we define. So with recursive employee label, as we are creating a recursive CTE, it's mean keep repeating the query until no more row are found. Okay, so it is used for tree and hierarchy problem as I told you earlier. And the step 1 is the employee id, name, everything, one as label from employee where the manager id is null. So this is the base level condition. Okay, and what this does, CEO has no manager, so manager id is null, that is why we have signed the level 1 for the CEO. Okay, fine. Now come to this, find employee under each manager. Okay, so we have to union this connect base case with recursive case. So select employee id, name, manager id, salary, department, label plus 1 from the employee, joining the table employee label on employee id equal to manager id. Okay, what this mean, for each employee join with the table where the manager id equal to the employee id. Okay, understood why manager id is equal to the employee id? Because we have to plus 1 the label. Okay, if we join the basis of employee id, then it return everyone for the as a 1 or the 2 plus 1 karke. Okay, so this is the game here. Okay, we miss, so okay, so here we have to use manager id. Okay, let's see first with the employee id what it return. Okay, so now close this and select extract from employee level. So now see what is the output here? Okay, what is the error is employee label syntax select extra from employee label. Okay, we use the extra bracket here. Okay, recursive query abort after इतना iteration try increase the large value. What is this? Let's run this again and let's see. Are we going good? No. So we have to use our manager ID here because this query never going to end. Okay. So every time the ID is equal to the employee ID. So now it run and see the label for each employee. Okay, so for the manager it give 2, for the under the manager 3 and the 4. Okay, so till here we understand why we use manager ID equal to the employee ID, because we want the hierarchy under the manager or the CEO level, or the each employee, like how many employee working under the each manager or employee or something. Okay, so like for the manager they have team lead, employee, and their employee have some intern. Okay, so these are the basic understanding. So now this is something for the employee level, but now we have to find the team size and the budget as well. Okay, so let's see what is our way to solve this. Okay, so we are going to use make another temporary table. Okay, so employee tree as where we define the salary and the budget or the team size that which required as team size and the budget. Okay, in output. So select employee ID comma as manager ID. Okay, so there here is a twist, and employee ID comma salary from the employees table. Now we are going to union all. Same here, like select e dot manager ID comma e dot employee ID and the e dot salary from the employee tree table, the temporary table T join employees E on E dot manager ID equal to T dot employee ID. Okay, so same thing here. So let's see what we are extracting from the employee tree table. Okay, that here it make so much clear while run this. So let's see what we are getting for the each employee. What happening here? 3T. They have something e dot manager ID equal to the employee ID. Select e dot manager ID, employee ID, salary from the employee tree. You have checked the salary dot salary, e dot salary. Okay, we are not using comma here. This is very silly mistakes, no? Okay, so perfect. So we are getting salary for C, like the if the manager ID is 1. and the employee ID is 1, like the salary is this, and the 2 and the same, it gave all the employee who are working under the manager their salary. Okay, so now our target is to just group by and sum the salary. Okay, so select L dot employee ID. L is the employee level table, okay, the temporary table, comma L dot employee name, L dot level, count the T dot employee ID minus 1 as team size. You may think like why we use count T dot employee ID minus 1, because we have to find the team size. Okay, so in team size we count the all employee ID. Okay, like group these basis on the employee ID, employee name and the label, and we are going to count employee ID. So it gave including me as well in a count. Okay, so that is why minus 1 is for the reducing myself from the team size. Okay, and the sum T dot salary as budget from the employee level table L, join employee tree as T on L dot employee ID, same here like T dot manager ID, and we have to group by these all three because these are non-aggregate column. That is why they all come in group by and order by the level, budget, and descending order, and the employee name. Okay, so now run this and let's see. Okay, what we miss here, the team size here is 0 because why 246300 is correct, but it not giving the right team size for the higher level. Okay, so why are we not making such thing correct? Let me see.